degree candidates, family members, and friends, Dean Fluharty, faculty and colleagues of the School of Arts and Sciences, and distinguished guests. Welcome to the 2019 College of Liberal and Professional Studies Diploma Ceremony. On this occasion, we rejoice in the celebration of ideas and people who embody the excellence we associate with Penn, extraordinary minds, outstanding scholarship, and endless potential. LPS students embrace and embody Benjamin Franklin's venerated principles of broad education in the fullest sense. You understand the power of education to change your lives and improve the lives of others, and you have chosen to make it a priority. In this, the 125th year for the College of Liberal and Professional Studies, Penn will confer degrees on 330 LPS students. 54 of you will earn undergraduate degrees in traditional fields such as fine arts, sociology, English, anthropology, mathematics, religious studies, as well as in newer interdisciplinary majors such as the biological basis of behavior or philosophy, politics, and economics. 276 of you will earn master's degrees, including our first graduate from the International Master of Public Administration. Many of you are graduating with masters in the liberal arts, where you have explored the humanities and social sciences broadly and deeply. Our largest group will earn the Master of Behavioral and Decision Sciences, where they've learned how individuals and groups make decisions and how to affect those decisions, informed by research and theory from fields such as behavioral economics, decision sciences, network analysis, and public policy. Still others of you are earning advanced degrees in fields of study that will invigorate rapidly changing professions, including environmental studies, applied geosciences, chemical sciences, applied positive psychology, and organizational dynamics. Despite the varied academic careers you have pursued, you each embody a most powerful combination of elements. Each of you came to Penn with purpose, urgency, and a strong sense of the problems facing our world in the 21st century. You each brought to Penn a unique combination of intellectual talent, maturity, and a broad spectrum of experiences and accomplishments. Individually and collectively, you have enriched the discourse in Penn classrooms and throughout the academic community. So on this beautiful day, we salute you, LPS students, on your laudable academic achievement. We celebrate your development into citizens of the 21st century, continuing to grow and to reinvent yourselves, knowing, because the doors of wisdom are never shut, that you will never stop learning. Congratulations. It is now my pleasure to welcome to the podium Stephen J. Fluharty, Dean of the School of Arts and Sciences, and Thomas S. Gates, Jr., Professor of Psychology, Pharmacology, and Neuroscience. Dean Fluharty.
Thank you, Nora. And let me join in welcoming all of the parents, family, friends, and faculty who are with us today, and extend an extra special welcome to the graduating students in the College of Liberal and Professional Studies. Let's give it up. This part of the School of Arts and Sciences has long been a source of pride for us, a place where we have the freedom to think outside of the traditional programmatic box. And in a sense, it represents the fundamental spirit of intellectual adventure that underpins any great research and teaching university. LPS courses are not confined to the classroom or the laboratory. Some are offered all or in part online. And the 10 different degrees being conferred today represent a wide range of emerging new areas of important knowledge. But what also makes LPS special is its tradition of trailblazing students and programs. Back at the end of the 19th century, it was the first place in what would become the Ivy League to offer courses to working adults. At the turn of the 20th century, it was the first place at Penn that allowed women to enroll in a Bachelor of Arts program nearly 3 decades before Penn's College for Women was founded to serve full-time women students. Many present-day LPS programs are long-standing, but its programmatic initiatives continue, and among today's degree recipients are the first graduates of a new program, the International Masters of Public Administration. The LPS students of today are no less a source of pride for us in arts and sciences. Each one of you has a remarkable story and a reason why you came to Penn at this point in your lives for your undergraduate or master's degree. You have come to us from near and far. For some of you, Philadelphia is home, and for many of you, Penn is home. You are university or Penn Health System employees. Others have come to LPS from across the United States and from as far away as Libya and Lebanon, Bulgaria, Brazil, 33 countries in all. You arrived at Penn with a wide range of occupational backgrounds, from swim coach to attorney to musician. Several of you are either active duty members of the military or military veterans, and we've been proud to have you part of our campus community. You anticipated it. Let's give them a round. For their outstanding service. From here, all of you will go on to do incredible things. Many of you are entering top graduate programs around the country. During your time here at Penn, each and every one of you has contributed something unique to the dynamic learning environment of LPS. One need only look at the outstanding work you've done here to be inspired. Graduating Bachelor of Arts student Aminata C. was in the inaugural class of Penn's Perry Worldhouse Student Fellows. She did research on how to increase women's participation in democracies around the globe and met with Joe Biden and the President of Mongolia in that order. Haley Jordan, in the Master of Environmental Studies program, worked with the City of Philadelphia to develop a waste generation calculator to help city-owned buildings move towards zero waste. And the capstone projects, the graduates of the Masters of Chemical Sciences, will result in an impressive 7 peer-reviewed publications in top journals. Through all of your stories runs a common thread, something that you brought with you to Penn and is more important than anything that we have taught you here. It is your extraordinary perseverance in learning. For some of you, the road has been a physical distance. A few of the students in our positive psychology program have undertaken a global commute once each month, traveling from as far away as Mexico and Sweden. For others, the distance to the degree has been one of time. Dan Sheenan, who is receiving his BA, began that program 27 years ago. We're so proud of him. Let's give him a hand. Actually, we're proud of all of today's graduates for their determination. So many of you have taken time out from the rest of your life or your job with a mission to better your own life and that of others. Perhaps your diploma should come with a set of red and blue pen-embossed juggling balls. You are the masters of multitasking, all in the name of acquiring knowledge. Take that passion for learning, combine it with the life experience you brought with you, and stir into the mix the intellectual resources of this great university, including wonderful teachers like Nakiya Rimmer and Angela Duckworth, recipients of LPS Teaching Awards this year. Or our guest speaker, Professor Christina, Airy. What you end up with is a potent recipe for academic achievement and impactful lives. All of us in the Penn community are inspired by your ambition, your passion, and your love of learning, and we are reminded that a prosperous life is one in which we never cease to inquire, to create, and to discover. It is also one in which we never stop using what we learn to evolve as individuals and to transform the world around us. Based on everything that you've accomplished thus far, I know that you will continue to learn, to grow, and to inspire us in all of your future pursuits. On behalf of the School of Arts and Sciences, I am delighted to welcome today's graduates into our family of Penn alumni. We are in awe of your achievements and wish you great success in all that lies ahead. Congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Fluharty. I am honored to introduce this year's graduation speaker, Dr. Christina Airy. Dr. Airy is the S.J. Patterson Harvey Professor of Social Thought and Comparative Ethics and Professor of Philosophy and Psychology at the University of Pennsylvania. She also holds an appointment as Professor of Legal Studies at the Wooten School. She is head of Penn's Behavioral Ethics Lab and director of both the Philosophy, Politics, and Economics program and the Master of Behavioral and Decision Sciences. She is founder of the Penn Social Norms Group, which provides research, consulting, and training services to organizations that aim to positively impact human behavior. Drawing from philosophy and game theory, as well as cognitive and social psychology, Dr. Airy's interdisciplinary research explores how social expectations emerge, change, and influence behavior, as well as how to understand and affect how people make decisions. A world authority on social norms and behavioral ethics, Dr. Airy has worked with UNICEF, the World Bank, the Gates Foundation, and the United Kingdom's Department for International Development, among many other organizations. Her international consulting and training experiences led her to develop measures and sustainable interventions for social norms in the field. Her books, The Grammar of Society, The Nature and Dynamics of Social Norms, and Norms in the Wild, How to Diagnose, Measure, and Change Social Norms, explore applications of her social norm studies in behavioral experiments and fieldwork. In addition, many thousands of learners have benefited from her massive open online course on Coursera, Social Norms, Social Change. Dr. Airy graduated summa cum laude with the Laurea in Philosophy from the University of Milano and completed her PhD in Philosophy of Science at Cambridge University. She received Lund University's Pufendorf Medal in 2015 for her interdisciplinary research on social norms and was knighted by the Order of Merit of the Italian Republic in recognition of her contributions to the arts and sciences. We are honored to have her speak today. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Professor Christina Airy.
Thank you. And I want to welcome all the new graduates from a unique and uniquely successful program of studies from bachelor to master. LPS is home to students who come from all corners, literally all corners of the world, and even more important, from diverse experiences and backgrounds. There are students that overcame poverty, disability, and most important, fear of success. Well, here you are today, successful. Like many of you, I was not born in the United States. In fact, I came here 30-year-old, so quite old. Every place, from a country to a small group, has implicit rules that govern it. I had to learn many of them, many new norms, many new rules, sometimes at a personal cost. Now, this experience led me to study social norms, how they influence behavior, and how they can and sometimes should be changed. Often, the norms that rules our behavior are inefficient or even damaging to human development. Think of child marriage, which is very, very common in many African countries and Southeast Asia. Think of corruption. There are, believe it or not, norms of corruption in a lot of different countries, norms of corruption. Or female genital cutting, I worked on that, and again, this is something that is often dangerous and potentially, very, very harmful to the life of the women that get cut. So to understand how to change this norm, how to change these rules, we need to understand two things. First of all, what motivates people to behave in this particular way? What is the reason? Why do they do that? And second, how behavior can be changed. Now, since much of our behavior is grounded on beliefs, on expectations about what other people that matter to us are going to do or have done, expectation about what is approved or disapproved of, we can ask, the first question to ask is, how can we change people's expectation? Now, sometimes it's easy. I want to give you a simple example of what we call in psychology pluralistic ignorance. Here I have a lot of students around me, so they probably know this experience. You are in a classroom, and the professor is explaining very, very difficult concepts, and you really don't understand. You look around. Nobody raises a hand. Nothing. So what do you infer? Well, I am the only idiot that doesn't understand what the professor is saying, and most other people, probably everybody, nobody's raising the hand, they do understand what's going on. So I do not raise my hand. And the problem in this situation is that many people, maybe a majority, do not understand what the professor is saying, but they fear being put at a disadvantage, raising their hands. And this classroom example is a typical example of a situation in which transparent communication is not possible. We observe what other people do, and we infer that they do that not like us because we are afraid to look like deviants, but they do it because they prefer to do it. They want to do it. They like to do it, okay? And therefore, we do it, and we continue to permit to a certain behavior, often a bad behavior, to survive. College drinking has been another problem. And it's interesting because a solution may be to run a survey among college students, asking them whether they really prefer to drink that heavily or not. And this was done at Princeton, actually. And the survey showed that most students didn't enjoy or like to drink so much, but they felt compelled because they look at other students and so on and so forth. And this is a case of pluralistic ignorance. How can we change people's behavior and beliefs? In this case, it's simple. We just make clear the data, what real beliefs and preferences are. However, there are many more difficult cases in which belief change is really difficult to attain. Think of tax compliance. Suppose you live in a country, like my country, Italy, where it's well known that many, many people don't fully pay their taxes. And what will you do? And we know that when behavior is perceived as common, in the end, is also perceived as acceptable. This is a real serious problem. So common equal acceptable. And so what can we do here? We cannot cheat people saying, no, it's not true, 80% pay their full taxes, because people know it's not true. So the only way to give truthful information and hopefully change behavior is to highlight areas or cases of good behavior, and of course its advantages, because people won't change behavior until and unless you give them a good reason to do that. So you have to highlight the advantage of good behavior. Now, I am not trying to lecture anybody today, but I say all this because all of you will either go back to your previous job or eventually find a first job. Each workplace has its implicit rules and norms. And you will have to be able to understand that sometimes how things have always been done is not the optimal way. Even more important, you must come to realize that even well-meaning people have biases, usually unconscious, that prevent change. For example, organizations now typically want more inclusion. Now, the problem is that even if we hold egalitarian norms, we might still discriminate along race and gender whenever situations are uncertain or ambiguous. So we have to watch out for that. We want diversity, but sometimes it is hard to achieve it. Social psychology studies something that I'm very interested in. It's called aversive racism. And what is aversive racism? An aversive racist is a person who holds egalitarian norms and is unaware of his or her negative beliefs and feelings toward minorities. And there are several experiments which I think are great. They have been done a few years ago, in which, for example, they divide liberal and conservative party members in Brooklyn. And what they do, they receive a phone call, either from a white person or from a heavily accented black person. And the person asks for assistance. Can you please call a service garage? I finished my quarters. Now, again, the caller can be black or white. The responder can be liberal or conservative. As far as help goes, the liberal equally helps blacks and white. The conservative helps white much more than black. However, this is the interesting thing. Who are the people who hang up immediately when they hear an African-American voice? The liberals. So the conservative hang up between 5 and 8%, depending black or white. The liberal hang up only 3% of the time when they hear a white voice, but 20% of the time when they hear a black voice. So it's very interesting. This is what you call aversive racism. That if they go on with the call, they will help, but they don't want to go on with the call. But it is something very immediate. It's not that they stay there and think about what to do. And when interviewed, both groups, conservative and liberal, reported they would help irrespective of race, and they are sincere. The problem is they don't. Again, the situation must be somewhat ambiguous, unclear. Another problem to be aware of is what we call self-fulfilling prophecies. This is important if we have unconscious biases. Why? Our expectations guide our behavior. So we influence, when, for example, in an interview, we talk with a target person, we are influenced in the question we ask, in our physical, psychological attitude, and so on and so forth. We're influenced by our expectation, but our behavior influences the response of the target person. We have a strong influence on that. And this person will be induced to behave in ways that confirm our expectation. So it's a really bad vicious circle. Now, to change our belief and biases, we need constant exposure to diversity and differences. And Penn, I must say, has made a tremendous effort in this direction. I hope you will all be agents of change, well aware that the first, most important change has to occur within ourselves. Your graduation today is your first step towards this goal. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Vicky Airy. The next part of our ceremony gives us an opportunity to recognize all those whose art and genius, inspiration and dedication have guided our graduating students to the finish line and beyond. First, I'd like to thank all of the friends and family in the audience for all you've done, and I'll ask our graduates to give your families and friends a round of applause. None of us can do it on our own, and I know that everyone out there, and probably many who couldn't be with us today, played really important roles in helping every person on this stage get up here today, so thank you. I'd also like to thank the staff of the College of Liberal and Professional Studies for the important roles they've played in this endeavor, and I'll ask my staff if you'd all please stand up and let us give you a thank you. Come on, where are you? All around. Finally, at Penn, we have an embarrassment of riches when it comes to our faculty. These individuals know and love the subject matter they teach, and most importantly, they hold in high regard their students, all of their students. We honor all the fine faculty teaching in LPS programs and thank them for their inspiration and commitment, and many of them are with us today, so thank you all very much. At this time, I invite Dr. Chris Raberman, Assistant Vice Dean for LPS, and Dean Fluharty to the podium to present our teaching awards.
This is for Nakiya. Okay, it now gives me great pleasure to recognize the recipients of this year's College of Liberal and Professional Studies Distinguished Teaching Awards. We present these awards annually to arts and sciences faculty members for their outstanding instruction and advising of LPS students. Recipients were honored in a school ceremony earlier this spring and are being recognized again here today. Our first award is for distinguished teaching in professional graduate programs. This year's winner is Professor Angela Duckworth of psychology. Angela Duckworth is the Christopher H. Brown Distinguished Professor of Psychology. She is a passionate teacher whose high standards for herself and her students have earned their fervent devotion. Angela teaches assessment and classification in positive psychology in the Master of Applied Positive Psychology program. According to the program director, she teaches it not just as a one-semester course, but as a life project. Angela is passionately persistent in her goal of making this the best course possible. She was the first instructor in the MAP program to pioneer learning outcomes assessment, and she makes real incremental improvements each time she teaches her class. To top it off, she uses her research on grit to illustrate the concept she is teaching, and the students love it. Angela's students have the highest praise for the energy, rigor, and dedication she brings to the course. A student explains, in every class, she evaluates student learning, not as an assessment of students, but of the quality of her instruction. Students give her marks about whether they are confused or clear and to what magnitude. A little frustration is good, being lost isn't. Professor Duckworth uses this measure to modify her instruction for the next session, and it shows. MAP students often face the challenge of balancing their course workloads with full-time jobs, but according to one alumnus who was running a consulting company at the time, Angela has an unbelievable energy. She lifted up all of us when she entered the room. Angela was not able to be with us today, but please join me in thanking and congratulating her in absentia. Our second honoree is Nakiya Rimmer of the Department of Mathematics, who is the recipient of this year's award for distinguished teaching in undergraduate and post-baccalaureate programs. Nakiya, would you please step forward? In addition to his departmental duties as Associate Director of Undergraduate Mathematics and his teaching responsibilities as a senior lecturer in mathematics, Nakiya teaches a variety of courses in LPS, from calculus to ideas in mathematics. He has also developed and regularly teaches online versions of Calculus 1, 2, and 3 for LPS, extending his fame far beyond Penn, observes the chair of mathematics. Nakiya also maintains an extensive and user-friendly website of videos, workbooks, and notes, which, according to the chair, even students who aren't enrolled in his courses rely on to learn the material. I think I hear from someone who has used those materials. His students extol Nakiya's remarkable ability to help them see their own potential and the lasting impact of his teaching on their lives. One student exclaims, "I have never met a professor more accepting of all students' starting points and learning styles." Another student calls Nakiya by far the most influential teacher I've had during my time at Penn, and goes on to explain, "I was able to get to know him well because of how difficult calculus was for me. Every single week I went to office hours, and he refused to allow me to just get problems right without truly understanding. Furthermore, he would stop me when I was confused and ask me to dissect my weaknesses so that he could help me attack them. And he let me know that in all aspects of life, this is what you must do." Another student concludes, "Mr. Rimmer is a once-in-a-generation type of teacher. His compassion has made my transition into the college realm worthwhile." Congratulations, Nakiya. Excellent. And at this time, we would like to acknowledge our student award winners. The following students were presented with their awards at ceremonies earlier this semester. As I read their names, I ask them to please stand and remain standing so they may be recognized again here. If the audience would please hold your applause until after everyone's name has been called. The Association of Alumni Continuing Education Award, Aminata C. 2019 Undergraduate Dean Scholar, Nicholas Hayhurst Berrettini. 2019 Graduate Dean Scholar, Maria Lorena Lavano Gavidia. The EES Award for Excellence in Environmental Studies, Valerie Vincent. The EES Award for Excellence in Applied Geosciences, Esther Arthur. The Christopher Peterson Memorial Fellowship Award, Martin Emmanuel Blank. Congratulations again to all.
I now invite my colleagues Kathy Urban, Janet Greco, and Charlene Russo to present our additional undergraduate and graduate student awards.
Good afternoon. Will Tyler Callaway, Brian Anderson Wooten, and Joshua Pankin join me up front and to my right? I ask that you hold your applause until the end. Tyler Callaway. Tyler is this year's recipient of the Ronald J. Caridi Award, which recognizes a graduating LPS undergraduate who exemplifies the uncompromising commitment to scholarship, hard work, and the life of the mind which the late Ronald J. Caridi embodied. Tyler, a U.S. Air Force veteran, is a communications major who started his academic career at Georgia Military College. He served 5+ years in the Air Force as an aviation electrical engineering repair technician who worked on combat search and rescue aircraft. While at Penn, in a continuation of service, he worked with children from West Philadelphia in after-school programs and with Assistant Professor of Anthropology Dr. Megan Kassabaum, researching the Native American burial mounds of the Greater Southeast. Brian Anderson Wooten. Brian is this year's recipient of the Linda Bowen Santoro Award that recognizes an LPS undergraduate with unusual motivation and dedication in the pursuit of an undergraduate degree. Brian, a cancer survivor, is a California community college transfer who is graduating with a double major in Africana Studies and Political Science. Concurrent with his enrollment at Penn, he served as a staff sergeant in the U.S. Air Force Reserves. Brian was the recipient of a Fulbright grant to South Africa to study Zulu culture and language and a foreign language area study fellowship to continue his study of the Zulu language. In a continuation of his service, he also volunteered with classmate and founder Aminata C's African Community Learning Program. His future plans are to attend law school. Joshua Pankin. Joshua is this year's recipient of the Academic Achievement in the Natural Sciences Award, which recognizes an undergraduate majoring in one of the natural sciences who demonstrates outstanding academic achievement in science studies and a dedication to a career in the sciences. Originally from the Boston area, Joshua is a biology major and transfer student from Tel Aviv University. Prior to landing at Penn, he served for 3 years as a commander in the Israeli Defense Special Forces. While at Penn, he worked in Dr. Ed Morrissey's lab in the Penn Center for Pulmonary Biology and as a research technician on Dr. David Frank's team, where he was also hired into a full-time position. While in Philadelphia, Joshua and his wife Ruthie founded the Refugee Support Committee at their synagogue that helps refugees navigate the complexities of the U.S. healthcare system. Josh will be attending medical school with plans to focus his interests in the areas of global medicine and public health. You can find more detailed bios for all award winners on the LPS graduation webpage under Student Awards. Please join me in honoring their accomplishments with wild applause. Gentlemen, you can return to your seats.
Will Jules Roy, Danielle Rockford, and Amir Sinar please come forward? Doesn't matter. Danielle Elizabeth Rockford is this year's recipient of the Lois Ginsberg Prize for Community Service. This award is named for Lois Ginsberg, Community Development Leader and former Associate Director of Organizational Dynamics. It is presented to a graduating student who has demonstrated outstanding leadership and has significantly contributed to the organizational dynamics community. One of the defining aspects of the Organizational Dynamics program is the community of faculty and participants who come together to learn from each other. In her extensive work with and for the community, Danielle Rockford has exemplified the outstanding leadership that this award celebrates. Focused on providing events and services that would best benefit the community, Danielle created and managed events that delivered on these goals. She served as Executive Vice Chairperson of the Organizational Dynamics Advisory Council, our program's student governing board. She was instrumental in the inception of the LPS Gov and served as our program representative to LPS Gov. The Dynamics and LPS communities are stronger today due to Danielle's commitment to them both. It is for this commitment and dedication to our student communities that we award Danielle Elizabeth Rockford the Lois Ginsberg Prize for Community Service. Congratulations, Danielle. Jules, step forward. Jules Roy is this year's recipient of the Paul J. Korshin Award for Academic Excellence. This award is named for the late Penn professor and internationally renowned British literature scholar who taught in the Organizational Dynamics program. It is awarded to a graduating Masters of Science student who has shown outstanding scholastic achievement in coursework. When Jules Roy joined the Organizational Dynamics program in 2017, he was already an accomplished, well-seasoned leader, having served 22 years in the United States Air Force para-rescue professional. Now, in 2019, Jules is the Senior Associate Director for the Graduate Leadership Ventures Program at Wharton's McNulty's Leadership Program. He has added accomplishments of an innovator, a researcher, and a rising leader in the field of experiential education. Jules has an outstanding ability to synthesize and connect his experience with the work of others from diverse academic and professional fields. During his time in the program, Jules has demonstrated his resilience and his leadership skills while contributing significantly to team development. His remarkable ability to integrate and apply new frameworks to challenges and issues that emerge unexpectedly has earned him the respect of the Dynamics community. For this, we present Jules Roy with the Paul J. Korschen Award for Academic Excellence.
Amir, please come forward. Amir H. Shinar is this year's recipient of the Faculty Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement in the Organizational Dynamics program. This award is presented to a graduating student who has completed an exemplary capstone upon the recommendation of the Organizational Dynamics faculty. In his capstone, Amir Shinar takes us on a deeply personal, reflective journey of self-exploration and of leadership growth, sharing his insights about the learning process as he endeavors to become a more effective leader and a more authentic person. On this journey, Amir learned the importance of how to comprehend and navigate complexity, to perceive and interact with others, and to examine his own assumptions, biases, expectations, abilities, and weaknesses. This has been beneficial to him, his team, and his colleagues in his role as Director of Facilities for the Penn School of Dental Medicine. Throughout his capstone study, Amir describes his personal efforts to achieve this understanding. He explores the tools he employed to become more effective, both personally and as a leader, while striving to attain meaning in his behavior and the behavior of others. I am pleased to have shared this amazing journey with him, and I thank him for the trip. It is because of the strength and depth of his capstone work that we present Amir H. Shinar with the Faculty Award for Outstanding Academic Achievement in the Organizational Dynamics program. Congratulations, Amir.
Please join me again in congratulating all of our Student Award and Teaching Award winners. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. We will now proceed to recognize the degree candidates. Wait, just wait. Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Arts please come forward?
Sherwin Amstutz. Brian Wayne Anderson Wooten. Nana Akima Asare Bediako. Tracy Gelber Auerbach. Tyler Thomas Callaway. Daniela Chazen Barnea. Joshua Christine. London Clough. Konstantinos Giannopoulos. Latasha N. Green. Neil Hermanson. Leah Christina Hirsch. Yezta Johnson Wiggins. Michael Arash Kashmiri. Wanda Kleinfelter. Kelly Ann Leroux. Carmen E. Lugo. Daniel Joseph Mastropieri. Catherine Perry Buckite Milholland. Pablo Cesar Munoz Moreno. Sarah Elizabeth Murray. Fiona Marie O'Neill. Joshua Michael Pankin. Adrian Ricks. John Salazar. Ahad Shah. Daniel Thomas Sheehan. Diana Ellen Simpson. Leah Singer. Aminata C. Surya Martha Bourne. Michelle Votero.
Will the candidates for the degree of Bachelor of Fine Arts please come forward?
Madison Michaela Greiner. Charles Andrew Schultz. Renee Yufan Wang. Leon Wenju.
We'll now progress to our graduate degrees. Will the candidates for the degree of International Master of Public Administration please come forward?
Jinhui Chen. Jinhao Fu. Ting Lan. Yue Lin. Qi Wang. Zichong Wang. Yinru Wu. Anqi Xia. Yizhou Yue. Yuchen Zhang. Boyu Zhong. Yuan Zhuang. Ethan Bruce Zhou.
Will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Liberal Arts and Master of Philosophy in Liberal Arts please come forward?
Shezda Afrin. Terry Allen. Lauren Cooper. Desiree Garner. Manshreya Grover. Conrad Hopuras Buma. Zhuang Hu. Ethan Leatherbarrow. Chelsea Melvin. Monica Montiel. Sarah Nash. Megan Payne. Stacy Ritchie. Eric Ritchie. Emily Romick. Catherine Ruth. Alexandra Shu. Kristen Seymour. Farah Siraj. Kefe Sun. Jaleel Taylor. Bridget Ty. Peter Valelli. Mia Yellen. Jamie Estrada. Karen Borek.
Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Chemical Sciences please come forward?
Trisha Kishore Bogday. Yanyao Fang. Durpree Lin. Chi Ouyang. Yupang Wu. Fangsheng Yuan. Haoyon Yang. Wenchu Yao.
Will the candidates for the Master of Environmental Studies please come forward?
Yiming Chen. Tara Edenhart Pepe. Chelsea Marie Ericati. Carlos Andres Garcia. Anne Morley Gonzalez. Jujia Guo. Murraid Elizabeth Helmus. Julia Keebow. Nishita Lally. Peter Ruloff Lewis. Christopher Jean Lombroso. Jameson Maley. Francesca Leah Mundrick. Eric D. Nielsen. Nargiza Ospanova. Guy Moses Pagar, Jr. Francesca Ramachati. Samuel P. Royer, Jr. Justin Royer. Helena P. Rudolph. Leah Nora Senft. Anna Catherine Schugel. Molly G. Simon. Bailey Camille Smith. Alexander Tablin. Valerie Preeti Vincent. Caitlin Claire Welsh. Frederick Domenico Wauda Kuipers. Anki John. Jianhao Zhao. Meng Zhang.
And for those in the audience and our graduates, all of our photographs will be on the LPS website in a couple of weeks, so you'll be able to capture that candid shot if you like. At this time, I would ask that the candidates for the Master of Science in Applied Geosciences please come forward.
Abdel Rahman Al-Faham. Esther Otua Arthur. Forrest Corcoran. Jad Dife. William DeBarba. Fenwell Mau Femo Betty. Megan Harkins. Kara Lynn Martin. Leonard Shaw. George Schwartz.
At this time, will the candidates for the degrees of Master of Science in Organizational Dynamics and Master of Philosophy in Organizational Dynamics please come forward?
Benjamin Flor Albelda. James Alcorn. Joshua S. Bush. Su Yi Chen. Gregory Eugene Doherty. Adriana Gabriel. Leanne M. Gears. Iman Haj. Brian Hickey. Lisa Peraza Hompe. Rebecca Zoe Ronis Kass. Kevin Michael Kelly. David A. Kern. Calvin Kwan. Grace Liu. Evelyn Natalie Lopez. Danielle McAdams. Christine Mogi. Dina Paffis. Danielle Elizabeth Rockford. Kenneth Rosso. Jules Roy. Amir Shinar. Aranda Smith Benson. Michael Thomas Teddy. Catherine I. Watkins. And Latoya Bryant. Let's hear it for Andrea Shelfin.
Will the candidates for the degree Master of Behavioral and Decision Sciences please come forward?
Zara Akwand. Anand Apichai Dejudam. Elisheva Karmi Blas. Lucas Bosch. Anli Cheng. Ana Pinheiro. Michael Gray Daly. Danielle Reinhardt Dean. Charlotte Drescher. Elise Claire Ferragamo. Megan Fu. Lauren Elizabeth Gaudreau. Michael Gears. Natalie Guarna. Cole Wayne Hammond. Joseph Daniel Harrison. Michael Hayden II. Shuying Jeong. Vanessa Marjorie Joseph. Connor Joyce. Maria Lorena Lavano Gavidia. Zuhan Lin. Yi Ling. Justin Thomas Lindeman. Caitlin Marie McDonnell. Nikita Mahandru. Pamela Adeline Navrat. Ha Fan Nguyen. Kajal Natin Patel. Jared Tyler Peterson. Anu Raghuram. Rakim Rakamov. Marie Cerceau. Kahini Shah. Sophia Shen. Gina Solaperto. Linda Yao Sun. Carter Elliott Timon. Major Alexander Michael Willard. Tiffany Wu. Tianxi Zhang. Jenny Shua. Ziyun Yan. Justin Devin Zovas. Brittany Guion Eltonji.
And last but not least, will the candidates for the degree of Master of Applied Positive Psychology please come forward?
Jill Moeller Gribb Bell. Courtney Galen Bigany. Mary Carolyn Biondi. Martín Emanuel Blanc. Elizabeth Ann Blom. Alexandra Blanchard Bono. Amanda Jean Carrero. Turk Tong Hang. Scott Richard Cluis. Elena Dawn Cowley. Kelly Cummings. Christy Lee Curtis Peterson. Courtney Bullitt Daly. Danielle Nicole Devlin. Allison Michelle Himmelstein Dinza. Lisa Downing. Stephanie Carol Flores. Evelina Fredriksson. Dana Lorraine Fulweiler. Keith Philip Gornish. Owen James Harrison. Raphael T. Houston. Mallory Heisey Huffstetler. Sydney Michelle Kastner. Sheila Karen Kennedy. Larissa Monique Kundenmal. Cecilia Gran Loevestam. Anna Margaret Lucas. Jessica Ann Massa. Lissa McNary. Amanda Rose Maffa. Joan Marie Mooney. Devin Godfrey O'Malley. Amy Elizabeth O'Sullivan. Jennifer Ann Overall. Henry Lewis Deans Ritchie. Sarah Elizabeth Rosenblum. Emily Sophia Santos. Stephanie Noel Shear. Mina Simhai. Katie Katrina Carol Sine. Alicia Chaudhry Sly. Arlene Solodkin Olechnovich. Elizabeth Maureen Sutton. Joel Harold Treisman. Sarah Sari Elizabeth Wilson.
You could not ask for a better audience than this. Degree candidates of the class of 2019, Penn has already benefited from your extraordinary contributions to life and learning on this campus. Society now deserves to benefit from your excellence, engagement, and commitment. My congratulations again to all of you. This brings us to the end of our formal part of the ceremony. I invite you to join us for a reception in the plaza outside the main entrance to the center, but I will ask the audience to please remain in your seats until the conclusion of the recessional. Thank you.